Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 37. I got a little bit of a cold, so bear with me. What I wanted to do today is I found a video of one of the two very interesting Sony shortwave receivers, portable shortwave receivers. I've always wanted to own one of these, but the original cost was quite high, and since they are pretty rare, especially one of them, to find one on a used market, they're really high. We're talking thousands of dollars. This is for a portable radio, and so I'd like to show you those two radios today. They are the model CRF-330K, which is, what's unique about that is that it has a built-in tape recorder. And the big brother, which is the CRF-V21, which was used for aboard ships mostly to provide WeFax information. And so I'm going to show you some specs about those, and then I have a great video that I found on YouTube by SWIZZRADIOS. He's done several videos and a couple of videos on the CRF-330K, which he owns, which is in pristine condition. So I'll show you those videos after I talk a little bit about the specs and details of the radio. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we have the Sony CRF-330K. And as you can see, it has a number of dials, options, digital display, an S meter, which is also a battery meter. And down here is a cassette recorder. These are the various buttons on the cassette recorder. Built-in speaker, AM, FM, sideband, single sideband, CW. It receives from 0.15 to 30 megahertz and also the FM band. Go down a little bit more here. This particular page does not have the sensitivity and selectivity. And it was built in Japan, 1978 to 1980. So it was a pretty short run. That's why it's kind of scarce. If we look at the radio here, this is the main tuning dial. This is the FM tuning dial here. And this is the AM shortwave tuning dial here. Various options here for filters, or narrow and wide filters. Options down here for the recording, and believe they even had external recording capabilities. Here are the inputs here and the outputs, so you can do external recording. So this gives you a kind of idea of what the radio looked like. Now if we go to this other page, here you can see this is Universal Radio, which among other things it sells used radios. And here are some recent radios, the CRF-330K, that were sold. Now, it doesn't tell you the exact price it was sold at, but this was, for instance, this was what it was listed at, and in many cases, the owners get what they asked for. So this one was over $1,000, and this was in April of 11. So this was a recent sale. Here's an older sale. This was in 2007, sold for $900. And here's another one that's sold, let's see, sold in 2001 for $850, or at least that's what it was advertised at. I don't know what it sold for actually. So you can see these used radios are very rare and very much in demand. Now the other radio that I mentioned is the V21. And the beauty of this radio, I mean, it had some really nice features. But one of the nice features is it had this built-in printer. So you can see on the table here, here is some satellite images that it captured and printed out. Now, the other thing it could do is these weren't necessarily HF weatherfax images. These could be that they were directly from the GEO satellites, because this had a GEO satellite receiver built in. Unbelievable. As you can see, it's all digital. Had a nice large display here. This bar here was actually a lamp that helped in reading this display in the dark. And this radio, I've only seen it once or twice on eBay for over the past 3 years. I've been looking for one, and both of those sold for over $2,400. $2,400, which is a little bit more than what they cost new. I think they were around $1,800 new. So this is really a neat radio. I'd really like to get my hands on one, but kind of out of my class. I can't really justify paying $2,400 for a radio. I think if I saw one that I knew exactly what it was and that it was in pristine condition and everything worked. Now this over here is an external power supply. That was an option. So you could run it on AC instead of on the batteries. And it had, you know, the printer worked, and it had some paper. Paper probably be impossible to get nowadays, because I think it was a thermal sensitive paper. But if I could find one like this and really see it in person, yeah, I might pay $2,500 for it. Especially if it's still the GEO satellite capability still work. That is kind of cool. So those are the two radios. Going back to the 330K, I do, as I said before, I do have a video that I downloaded from YouTube with permission. I'd like to show it to you. It shows you a real nice close-up of this radio in action. And the YouTuber was ZWIZZRADIOS. So here we go with the video, and we'll end the show today at the end of the video. Thanks for watching.
You don't actually get this impression that the place is under constant threat, which it is, undoubtedly.
Dan van der Waart, a journalist and historian. The dikes and canals that crisscross large parts of the Netherlands are a clear physical reminder of the important relationship the nation has with water. After all, much of the Netherlands...
Vrouwenquint was het. wenn sich halt alles auf eine
D-Radio ist zusammen.